there. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Man, this is the most I've ever got a chance to do updates because, like I said before, I've been going back and forth and going back and forth and going back and forth on working at these different sites. I'm going to I'm going to be testing that glass technology over at the other place because the windows are much lower, easy for me to get access to and see exactly how it's going to look. So I'm going to go with a projector and do some testing on that glass in there because they got this window that's really close to the sidewalk, which is fantastic for testing out that surface on. I can stick a projector in there, get the Wi-Fi kicks in, and then boom, I can do my testing right there on that glass. I might spray some of that too. But anyway, let's get to the gaming. So yesterday, I really didn't have much to talk about. I had a lot to talk about. I just didn't have the time because I was really, really tired. Been updating the website, added a new page to it. First, I did the first page. I didn't like it. I wanted something completely different because it looked too much like the old page. So I went back and changed that again. And so, yeah, I changed some stuff on the site. So I didn't get a chance. So I got up this morning, started working on the labels. We got this gamer paint coming out. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be gorgeous. You've seen it already before. You've seen bits of it already before. On the wall we have over here, we actually have it painted on the wall in the next room right there. We're going to postpone it and push it back a little bit, but I thought, you know, we might just launch it now. Personally, usually when I launch stuff now, it's because I want it. Can't advertise something, I can't play on something, game on something if we are not making it available for anybody else, or we're showing it popping up in different on sites and everyone's like, hey, how can we get this? And we don't have it available yet, but everybody else has it available. It seems a bit brutal, so we're going to make it available. We have it at, excuse me, $287 for the technology. And again, it's 32 ounces. The paint is screen size of 150 inches. There's some specifications below on what it's designed to do. And these are the beautiful labels. I like these labels. I like orange and black. Actually, orange and black is one of my favorite colors. All right, so let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go in and get, let me see. What am I gonna get? What am I gonna get from here? Well, we're done here. So now somebody add to this. I'm not sure. Something else I want to add to this, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna wait on that first. But right now I'm gonna save this label, put them into my files. Over here. So we got these alpha. These are my labels that I print out. This is going to be our Black Series Edition Cinemax. Now it does more also too, because like people are asking like, is it restricted for gaming? You can do other stuff on it too. Console systems have Hulu, Netflix, all that stuff on it. So it's going to enhance color capabilities and all that stuff on it. It's going to make 720. We showed demonstrations on it already. So it enhances color capabilities and it shows off amazing demonstrations. And on top of that, it makes 720p look absolutely gorgeous. So, you know, you don't have to have an expensive high-end projector, no calibrating, no hard instructions, and the color it is the color it will be when it comes out the can. It will not change colors on you, which is kind of freaky and weird. And I still can't figure out how that nonsense went on. But anyway, yeah. And our products are tested. All our products are tested. We have the biggest demo pages. We have more outside demonstrations than anybody else. We have actually more demonstrations than anybody else when it comes to screen painting products. So all our stuff is tested. This is why we can go on site and use 720p projectors, and we don't require expensive units to make the product look like it's actually working when it's not. See, Black Series Edition Cinemax Gamer. Okay, I'm gonna put that label down there like this, and that is done. People have to understand this. If you want your product's worth, then you're going to have to test. You understand how it works, okay? You could design a new car, could be Bugatti. People get upset when I get naysayers get very upset by my prices. First of all, you don't buy my stuff. Second of all, you don't support my company. So again, it sounds like jealousy to me. The reason why, and you should be getting less for your product, way, way less for your product, because again, it's not a tested product. A product that's not tested is a product that's not worth its weight in gold. This stuff can take out certified screens. All our technology is designed to be more advanced than a certified screen. And for customers who understand this, my customers who understand this, thank you for y'all support. They know that instead of going out and spending like $5,000 for a screen, or Valve has the $800 to $1,000 screen, our technology allows them to do so much more. So in order for us to be able to get the credibility for our product, we have to show that it actually works. And this is what you call testing. Some people refuse and do not want to do this. And then they get upset when other people are making a little bit more and their products are basically selling for more because our products are tested. You have to test products out. Can't get mad over that. And people, they're able to get mad over that. You know, Bugatti or some of these fancy cars out here can't make the statements that they make on their vehicles unless they have some kind of hardcore test or some kind of data backing up the performance of the machine. There's no way in the world they can sit there and say, hey, I want $500,000 of this machine, or whatever, and we just tell you that it does this. We have no proof, we have no tests, it just does. No one's gonna buy into that. So this is stuff that's going to be absolutely amazing. I have it right now, but we're going to be adding some upgrades to it. Right now, it's at the base 1. So we're going to actually continue it to something a little bit more advanced. We're actually going to upgrade it. So let me see. I actually might put this, I should put this in there for the kids. Trying to think of something I could get that basically won't be too, I don't want anything violent for them at all, period. And on top of that, gaming is a little interesting because you know what the parents might want, what they might not want. So I'm not sure on that yet. So just get them Pac-Man. You can't be, there's no harm in Pac-Man anywhere. All right, so I'm gonna go take my label here. Let me see. And we saved it already, right? This is already saved. All right, so I'm gonna go over to my area here. Let's see, we're supposed to be, are we in the promo? We need to be in the promo section, promo page. All right, my promo page, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Manage this, all right. Add another page to my setup here. Need to add a little image from the computer. All right, let's see. Should be in here. There we are. This would be right here. And there it is. Boom. We're going to have this launch before 2024, but I have it a part of the group of what's coming. We're going to have this available now because I need this for applications, things we need to do. All right. So we had tons of pictures on the front page, a lot of pictures and stuff. We already have this stuff already in our demo and test pages. They're already there. So this allowed me to put the installments we have here that we've done already. And there's going to be many more, but that's going to be on a different page. It'll be on our demo page. We're just showing you some of the stuff we're doing. Our outside, our two best outside. We got a lot of outside demonstrations, but I chose to go with this one with the 250-inch screen, the one with the 80-inch screen outside, which is a Star Wars. And then showing off our next level projection technology, which basically shows our floor technology, ceiling technology, and all that other good stuff. Tables that we actually projected on, projector mapping applications, glass technology, stuff like that. So, and then just basically giving more information on basically going to the more page, which has a ton of information on all different things we have on our site. That's actually, we can get more information on some of the crazy stuff we're working on. An info page. Oh yeah, I got to put updates in the info page. That's something I need to do too, because that means I don't have to put anything here. I can just put it right over in here. That's the benefit of having multiple pages. You can put stuff here and overcrowd the front page, and that's what happened to the front page. It was becoming extremely overcrowded. We don't want that. And more page basically just has our pages and stuff like that. I got to get rid of this page right here. Visual ceiling application. We don't need that. That's a page we don't need. So let me see. I'm gonna go over to not inbox. I need to go over into my pages over here. Where are you? Visual ceiling applications. We don't need that page. It's just a whole lot more room just taken up for the sake of it's taking up room. We don't need it. So we're gonna hide that from the page. We don't need it. Yeah, because it's just taking up too much room. It's a page we don't need. We literally have a page on that. But why is the ad tech? Ad tech should be, that should be shown. Ad tech should definitely be up there. So you can see that. All right, that's good. And the ad tech is already there. I was wondering why I couldn't find that page because I actually removed it. Why would I remove ad tech? All right, let me see. We'll save this. What are we playing in the next room that requires that much bass? What's going on in the next room? I should be playing my mellow music, not bass. What's going on here? Kind of wondering where all that bass is coming from. Like, wait a minute, we got mellow music playing in the department. I'm not using anything with bass. Oh, I've been doing foot massage in the last couple of days. I'm gonna use this right now. Got the thing. Usually have this thing down here. I bought it for. Okay. I'm sitting there thinking there's something wrong with my site, and it's glitching back and forth. Like, what the frick is going on? And I realized Taco was down there basically pulling apart cables out of my freaking network box. Gee whiz Louise. Alright, so all this is Gucci, good to go. Alright, so let me publish that one more time to make sure that's good. And that's all finished right there. I do want to pop over to my black shop. No, because I know where you're going at. Get from under my table. Let me see. I'm going to go to management in here. And we're going to grab our label in there. Also, too, there's another label. Well, okay, we're done with this one, right? Okay, we're done with this label. Let's go back. Oh, there it is right there. Mystical blue. Mystical blue. Aquarium pink. Where's this loaded up? Where's this loaded up at? Let me see. Where do we have this at? Where's this loaded up at? Alright, I gotta figure out where this is at. Where this actual label is at. Let's see. This one is saved to a file. Let's see. As alcohol exotic. Can we put this in our labels here? Can I bring this over a little bit? This goes a little better. Oh, why would you shuffle me over there? I'm trying to spell something out here. Alright, let me see. We're gonna change that to I'm gonna have that in there too also. Okay, that's perfect. I'll take that. It's gotta be in here somewhere. No, put it in here. How do we not have it in here? We literally put it in here. I'm gonna have to rewrite that whole page all over again. I'm like, where is the page? It should be in there. Oh, man. Can't be 24. It has to be 32. It's an outdoor. That one, that definitely wouldn't be it. There's a 32. That definitely wouldn't be it. So where the freak is it? Okay, let's see. That's an eclipse. That's an eclipse. That's the next thing. Maybe there. Even not available yet. So this thing just completely disappeared. So where did it go? I'm gonna have to rewrite the entire thing all over again. I have no idea where it disappeared to. It shouldn't be here in my category, in my list of products. It's supposed to be right in here. There's no other site we have this on. It's the only site we have it on. It has to be literally in here. It's not even in here. So where did the entire specification sheet go to? Oh, it's right there, staring right in the face. I'm like, where in the world is it at? It's got to be on here somewhere. I know I put it on here. There it is. All right, let me see. Let's hang up this old label. Grab a label one. Come on, be nice. Definitely well found. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Where is the where is the original code back? That really wants to spray on application only. spray on. Keep it there. What am I going to do here? Move. So we can't move the trash again. And the reason why it's a spray-on application only, because spray-on applications are much more concentrated. If I had it my way, everything would be spray-on. Literally, it would be. It's a much more concentrated product. It's much better. You don't have to dumb it down. Anytime you got to thicken it to dumb it down for roller, it actually weakens the product. A lot of people don't realize that, but it does. Spray-on applications is much more potent. But yeah, I want this stuff to be easy to apply. It's a fast spray-on application. I mean, literally anyone can do it. It's not that hard. And it's very heavily concentrated, which means it doesn't take much to trigger it at all, period. I will be making a rear version of this technology because I need it for a driving simulator, because I can't have a projector behind the back of my head. I need it in front of me, so I need a clear version of this. And they do want to put a driving simulator in one of the setups, so it's something we're definitely going to need. So stuff I'm developing is stuff I'm going to need on site, but I need this stuff, especially for myself also. We also want to make the price affordable for everybody. And I hate to bring this up, but it's, you know, we get people come in and they expect for us to be like $50, $60 screen paints. I'm sorry, but our products don't fit in that category. I mean, we really just don't fit in that category. You take a $50, $60 screen paint and you see, compared to our products, it's not the same thing. You're still stuck in the dark. You're still calibrating. You're still buying heavy, expensive projectors to fix problems that the screen can't do. We don't have that issue. We're on 720p units. And we're picking up images, pushing images through glass and all that other crazy stuff. And we're knocking out certified screens. So our technology is worth way more than what we actually charge for it. We try to keep everything so everybody can afford it. So if it's exactly, people think, oh, it's easy to make. We already proved that theory already. We actually let a few trolls try to make our products, and it didn't go well. So the way they make it sound, anybody can make it. Well, we gave them the opportunity. That's why we gave them the opportunity to make it, and they failed miserably. We literally had to go in and help them with it to make the version dark, because they kept making it gray for some reason. We don't know why. We know why, but anyway, it's not as easy as it is. That's why I entertain that one. I usually don't try to entertain them, but I entertain that one. This is a good opportunity for us because we can use this to our benefit, and we do use it for our benefit. When we get somebody who comes in, we get them every once in a while, so I'm gonna pop them and say, hey, do this with black paint, and we have to back all these tests up, show them stuff is tested, what it's designed to do, and all this stuff. We have to show all this stuff, and someone said, well, I can easily make it. Hey, you know, fantastic you would say that, because we actually let someone make this stuff and they failed. So it benefits us when people do stuff. When we entertain it sometimes, it's to benefit us. But this stuff right here we're designing right now, this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait. We already showed it off what it looks like, what it makes a PS4 looks like. I mean, this PS4 is actually insane on a 720p. And imagine you having this on a PS5 or high-end gaming system on a 4K or 1080p projector. You know, blow your freaking mind. That's the whole purpose of it. No being stuck in the dark, no worrying about, you know, you have an ultra short throw projector using a fully environment with like a TV. I mean, that's what we're trying to do at the end of the day. So you're not getting ripped off by these companies, not only just screen paint makers that don't back up their products 100%, but these big companies that are basically charging you tons of money for certified technology for these gunmetal screens that, again, you can't see contrast on it because the screen's not physically black. I don't even know how people allow that to slip by so easily. I don't know how. You got OLED TVs, you got OLEDs on your cell phone, you got OLED and VR glasses and computer monitors, but yet you got a gray screen sitting up there in your freaking living room. I don't understand that. Clearly your TV's not gray, clearly your phone's not gray. You went and bought a brand new phone and the screen, you take it out of the box and the screen's gray, you would flip. You would go back and go, what in the world I got a gray screen for? This is old, I'm gonna update. There you go. So why is your projection screen gray? That tells you something right there. You're just doing it wrong. You're literally doing it wrong. And this is the reason why you're stuck in the dark on your expensive projector, or whatever you paid for. It's a safe expensive projector. Let's put it this way: your investment. Let's put it this way: your investment that you paid money for. You're in the dark. So how is it people that we do business with are sitting in 720p projectors in fully lit environments, and you're sitting there on an expensive projector that costs way more than mine, and you're sitting in the dark because you're afraid to turn your lights on because your screen will wash out, because your colors won't pop. You don't know the reason why. When you get down to it, brass tacks on why you're in the dark because your screen doesn't work. You turn the lights on, your color's gonna wash out. You get a much better image if you're sitting in the dark. There you go. It's interesting because our technology in a fully lit environment can match a projector sitting in the dark, and we turn the lights out, we're in a whole nother world that projector's never even seen before. You know what our technology looks like in the dark? Gee whiz Louise. All right, I'm gonna change this price right here. Now, when I am some of the things I want to have some control. Actually, I'm trying to control as much as possible, because I told you before, once I signed these contracts, well, one contract, I'm only interested with one person. We have this on, we have this on a whatchamacallit, don't we? I'm not trying to put this under a pre-order. I don't want to under a pre-order. When we signed the contract, certain, I don't know about that. I'm trying to keep things at a certain price everybody can afford them. Mind you, they got their own clientele. They got their own clientele of individuals that will pay this money for this product. And I'm trying to keep the price fair, so the price doesn't jump up to being what they can get for it. They can easily get $900 to $1,000 for 32 ounces of this product easily. And there are people that will pay for it. Because these are the same people that are sitting home with JVC projectors and high-end projectors and dark environments with white screens. And they know about the gunmetal technology, and this gunmetal technology is like $5,000 and $6,000 or $4,000 or $5,000. And they know from the door that this product is going to cost some money. And then they can get our technology, which is far cheaper and far more advanced. Even at $1,000 at 32 ounces is considered to be a steal for them. This guy sat there when our screen was painted up, and a few people came in, and the first thing he said was to them, how much would you pay for something like this? And the guy said about $1,000. $1,000 or more. He said, because I have a home theater set up in my home. I have a movie theater set up in my home, and I got a white screen. It looks nothing like this at all, period. My projector is far more expensive than what he's using right here. Yeah. So that's how they knew what that product was worth. So let me see. Yeah, we have this at 280, 87, 37, 37, 37. Yeah. And for other people that are upset by my products, well, work. You know what I mean? Make your product worth. Go out there and do the tests against certified screens. Do demonstrations in fully lit environments. Do actual tests. And then your product will be worth something. If you don't do any tests on it, no one's going to expect for it to, you're not going to get anything for it. I came up with like I said before, if I came with Bugatti sells, for the reason why Bugatti sells, because Bugatti can back up what that car is designed to do. These expensive projectors we have, well, I kind of doubt that on some of this stuff, on some of these projectors at the end of the day, like really, it's not even a good theory to use. Like somebody having nothing against Hondas, I like Hondas, but it's like someone having a Honda dealership next to a dealership of Mercedes. You're expecting for people to spend the same price for your Hondas as they spend for Mercedes. No, there's a difference between Mercedes and Hondas, a huge, massive difference. So people come over and say, well, your screen paint should be the same. How is that possible? When they're not even in the same category as us. Our technology is black. So we're in a world, we fit in the same category. We pull 100% contrast, they don't see it at all. We pull beautiful, brilliant colors, they don't see it at all. We could blend into the screen when it comes to white levels. Heck, we turn certifieds into white sheets of paper. So again, yeah, there we go. All right, we're gonna have no inventory because this is not available yet. So it's not even available. We'll post it here, but it's not available. You can't get it because I got a few things I want to do first. I do want to upgrade it. Some things I want to upgrade on here. We also have disclaimers in here. Do not paint on child-proof walls, which we advise you to prime over because they're a pain in the neck to paint over. If you're painting this on any form of fabric, we do advise you still coat it because again, you don't want uneven surfaces. You don't want soaking less or soaking more on one. You don't want that sponge effect going on. Let's see what else we have here. The white level capabilities. And all that black color capabilities, because stuff is only black. So it's going to have an interesting color to it, but it's still going to be pick up that insane contrast, because it's very important to have that in gaming. Which is another thing, I don't understand how people are gaming on gray and white screens. Yeah. You have, I see people have gaming monitors for their PC setups and their black OLEDs, but yet on a console, they're gaming on a gray and white screen. All right, let's see. Don't be afraid of the dark. Let's see. This is also too weatherproof. You can take it outside. It'll generate at 1,000 lumens. We got 1,000 lumens. Yeah, we can actually. Yeah. So basically, at 6 o'clock evening hours, you'll require 4,000 lumens if you're going to run it around that time. 4,000 lumen projectors are very cheap. We get them for like $100-some bucks. They're real cheap. You don't have to spend that much money for 4,000. I had somebody come to me, well, 4,000 lumens is very expensive. No, it isn't. They're not expensive. Yeah, 4,000 lumens laying all around the apartment. They're cheap. You can buy a brand new 4,000, get a used one. Anything after 6 o'clock, you can run at 1,000, no problem. Let's see. All right, all that's in here, all the information there. Make sure we got this down for the size of 1,500. So basic, if you're running it inside, basic those lumens, we can go at 1,000, and we always put 1,500 in for the basic. And this is no ambient light control because we don't deal with ambient light controlled environments or dark environments. You have options. You can have your lights on if you want. Spray on application. All right, it's not a physical screen. Viewing at 190 degree viewing angle. Yeah, ultra short throw compatible. Of course, all stuff is ultra short throw compatible without a narrow viewing cone effect. Color NA because it's going to have a special color to it. It's going to be black, but it's going to have a special color, so we can't tell you what it is yet. Let's see. Make sure we got everything here. Let's see. Okay, water-based. Yeah, it has to be water-based because I can't work on anything else, so it'll kill me. Cleanup, basically information, product and proper storage, which we have 5-year shelf life on the product, and also two must be stored and sealed properly and stored at room temperature, which is extremely important. I don't know why people don't put that on there. It can mess around, blow somebody up. You're supposed to have, because some people literally will take paint and put it behind a heater or something because they figure if it's cold, the garage is cold or the basement's cold, and that's where they're going to have that. And they'll stick chemicals literally behind a furnace, and you'll find out the hard way. So it'll be room temperature. Don't do that. That's why you have to have that information in there. You have to figure what surfaces you can paint it on and clean up with the mild soap and hot water, which is very important because some people will use harsh products, and you don't want to do that. I'll tell you one thing, from actually doing, I have a lot of long throws in here. The only reason why the ultra short throw projector hasn't taken over is because of the screen size. That's why. Because if you're doing like we did the 250, there's no way in the world we could do a 250 inch screen with ultra short throw. It's virtually impossible. There's no way in the world. It just wouldn't work. The max we can get out of it, the max I've been able to get out of an ultra short throw and a really good one is somewhere between like 160, 170, maybe that much. That's it. But that's the only problem. If you're going to be doing like drive-in movie theaters, there's no way in the world you're going to put an ultra short throw. That's virtually impossible. You're going to have to need a long throw projector to do that. A projector that can project it like 300, 600, 700, 800 inches. You're going to need a really big boy projector, and even higher than that. But if you're doing a 150 inch screen, I would rather go with an ultra short throw than a long throw any day, because then you don't have the fact that you have to understand when you're setting up a long throw setup outside, you're going to have to put this thing up on a pedestal or something up high. So people are not going to be walking in front of it and casting shadows onto the screen. And on top of that, you're talking about you got kids and animals running around. You're about 4,000 lumens. I'm used to walking in front of a 4,000 projector because I've done it multiple times. But for a kid to walk in front of 4,000 lumens, yeah, that's brutal. So when we're doing in the classroom for the kids, we can't have long throws in there because we don't want the kids leaning over and looking into 4,000 lumens of light and getting hurt. So, or getting their eyes damaged. So that's why ultra short throws are very important. So your product is going to have to work on ultra short throw. Not only is it going to work on ultra short throw, but it's going to have to work on ultra short throw in a fully lit environment. And that's the problem I'm seeing when I watch these ultra short throw display projectors. These projectors are in ambient light controlled environments. You can't use them in fully lit environments because the screen can't function correctly. That's why, even when it's sitting that close. I mean, you don't have the wires, you don't have the cables, you don't have to worry about anybody getting in front of the projector or casting shadows or none of that nonsense. That's the benefit of it all. And it works out fantastic in when we do installments. But the screen, without that screen, that projector wouldn't be worth squat. It wouldn't work at all. Let's see, and it's a summary and all that stuff right there. Okay, cool. We got it dropped down to nothing in there. I get some pictures for this too. We've got one of these on the wall right now. Let me see. Show store product. Yes. Let's save this. There, out of stock. Now I need some more pictures. I have this already in the next room. This will have an upgrade to it, by the way. We have this in the next room, so I will be doing some demonstrations probably tomorrow. I know tomorrow's 4th of July, but I ain't doing jack. I'm gonna sit down and relax tomorrow. I'm gonna sit down and relax. On the 5th, I gotta be back on site because I wanna take that piece of glass with me down, and I wanna basically go in and see how that's gonna look against glass and some testing I wanna do with that. And also too, I want to check out the screen I just painted in because I didn't get a chance to do too many demonstrations on that because I got to paint it up and get it done because the kids were coming in pretty soon and they wanted the screen set up as fast as possible and on display. So I was given like an hour to get it done. All right, so it's there. This will be somewhere around probably like next week. We'll have this available. I'm talking to the fellow we're going to be doing at the lounge over there, the smoke lounge. He's never seen a RetroPie before. Oh, it's going to blow his mind. I'm like, yeah, it's like a little tiny unit. You put all these games on it. So we're going to set up a projection screen over there and put the RetroPie on it. All right, let's go over and let's bring this down. It's in there. It's just you won't see it yet. Oh, I forgot. We got one more too. Was it here? It wasn't here. Gee whiz, I'm gonna have to build that myself here. So we get that fish tank screen paint. All right, I'll wait until I do that one first, and then once we get it set up over there and I have it displayed, I can get video shots over there. We'll put it on the website for sale. All right, let me see. Let's go to save again. And let's go over to publish. And go back over to here to my site. Refresh. So I took off my demonstrations where I had images inside the house. These are the ones that people were doing business want to see. They want to see what window technology looks like. They want to see what projector mapping looks like. They want to see displays on the tables. That's what they want to see. They want to see ceiling and floor. One person wants to turn an entire room into a completely different world. So this is all the stuff that's more important for them to be able to see. The picture demonstrations we don't need because we have tons of those on demo pages. That's why we built the demo page and test demo page, because they want to check out tests right there. The window applications, they get a chance to see one we actually did in a storefront. This is one I actually did at my house over here. Well, not here, but you know where I was living at. So we have it here and then have it now displayed here. Actually, same fish tank, actually same video, literally same video. We did it here and did it here. The reason why it was done on this video, because it being 3 stories up, was how 3 stories? Yeah, it was 3 stories because I had a freaking attic in it, but we're up on the 2nd floor. So on the 2nd floor, if someone were to install this on the 2nd floor window, I needed to know if I was walking around, can I still see it? Like if I turn to the side or to the left or too low, would the screen disappear on me? And that's what that test was for, to make sure that the screen can still be seen at that height all the way up. And this is the kind of test you have to do. People will skip all these tests, spray the screen in there, and then what'll happen is they go to turn and the screen will disappear on them because they didn't run any tests. Now you see how far back I am? That's how far back I am from the house. So I have to make sure someone sprays this in a window up top that people that are walking by can see the screen. And that same product now is sitting in a company in somebody's storefront window. But before we could do that, we had to test it to make sure it would work. Neighbors thought I was completely bonkers because here, you see this guy walking around with a camera outside across the street, but I'm sitting there doing research. I'm trying to see, okay, can this thing pick up? Can I see it from the back? This thing gonna pull up? I got to do all these tests. to make sure that that image can be seen from a distance. And that's the one thing I explained about the clear glass. We need the clear version of that technology. Clear is even harder. Black is much more easier to do, but a clear is harder because a black one, it's an easier landing pad to see. So when the image pops up, it's easier for it to land. It's easier to see when you turn on an angle because it's a darker surface. When you have a surface that's crystal clear, it's almost impossible. It's like trying to land a helicopter in a fog storm. You literally won't see the landing pad. It's not there. But the image is hitting it, it's just not there. So that's why when I turned to the side, it was important to see that image pop up at a screen that clear. Because not everybody's going to want their windows coated in black. In the stores I've been walking in and out of doing research, and I'm walking out these stores, I'm looking at the environment, doing the research. Because when I walk in there to sell a product, I have to know exactly what I'm talking about. I have to know the environment as much as they know the environment. So if I go in there and say, hey, we can paint these windows all black, they're not going to like that because they're using that light to come through their storefront to lighten that environment. We needed a technology that light could pass through it, still brighten the environment, still maintain, and still pull up from the side angle. Because when you're walking down the street, you don't see the glass until you actually, unless you're across the street. But if you're walking down the street, you won't notice the glass until you actually turn and look at it. But it's good that you can see an image as you're walking down. And that's what they want to see. I noticed that when we painted the screen, we had people leaning against the wall and looking at it, staring at it, and leaning against the wall. Because they wanted to make sure to see if it would pick up like a TV. So that's the test we ran here. Well, I ran that test. I say we, that's me and God. People are asking me all the time, like, you got another person working? No, it's just me and God. Me, God, and a cat. So this is the same demonstration right here at a storefront. I know it's going to work 100% because I tested it. So we can pick up at 2 stories that high up with no problem. This right here, easy. And this is on a 720p projector. That's all we use. When we were talking to the guy, he could have went out and got 4K. He could have went out and got 1080p. It's like, nope, you don't need to spend all that money. I got a buddy. I talked to him on eBay. I got a few people I talked to on eBay that I help. They make good money off of us because if people on eBay make good money off our company because they don't realize that when I go on eBay, I actually will find your link and go, okay, that's a nice projector, and your projector gets sold. Somebody just had a $1,700 Christie projector in there. That projector sold just like that. You know why? Because we saw that projector, we contacted the person we're doing business with, they didn't have a projector yet, and we pointed them out to that eBay seller and had them buy that projector. So eBay makes money off of us. Because every time we buy projectors, we point them to eBay merchants. And these are people I've done business with, people that I trust at the end of the day, and they make money off of us. Now, the guy who was selling these projectors, he sold 2 of these projectors because we advised the owner to go in and buy these projectors because they knew they would run on our technology. Owner saves money, eBay merchant makes money at the end of the day, and we basically get a chance to show off our technology and we make money. Everybody win-win. But in order for us to get to that point, this stuff had to be tested in order to make sure it was going to function. Because I can't be out there and hook something up and it don't work. I'm not going through that at the end of the day. I need to know 100% if this stuff's going to work. That's why I told you, you gotta be careful about products on the market that are just being pushed out way too fast and a bunch of mumbo jumbo behind them, and they don't work. So that's the More page. We actually start promoting the More page. The More page got a lot of cool stuff on it. Let me get over here to my other page because I'm going to see if we show it on there. And it's a shame because this is a society we're going through now. People don't want to test anymore. They're just passing anything, do anything, and then people are going to pay the price later on. Come on, yo, those are your gamers. You know this one all too well. You should know this one all too well. You buy a game and it's broken. Like, it's not even halfway done yet. They send you a patch to fix it. They sold you a game that wasn't even finished yet. We all been through that nonsense before. Because they were just rushing to get the game out. Anybody at the Xbox 360, you remember that fiasco because it rushed the system, red ring of death? Oh, there you go. We've all been through that. That's why stuff needs to be properly tested. I think if Microsoft was in such a rush to get the system out before the PS system, then we wouldn't have suffered the red ring of death. All right, this is all up and done right here. Okay, I've got that finished. This is the new interface. You put a new Facebook on it right now. Got rid of the smoke in the background. Right, demo page right here, and I'm glad that they got the whatchamacallits done. The fixed the video plays. Video plays were headaches. They were, I don't know what they did, but they just weren't running. Now they got them running. So anything we just removed off the page, you can get it right here. This is our demo page. Check out tons of pictures. If you want to go through all those pictures, a lot of pictures, and stuff like that on the demo page. And these are our test pages over here. If you want to check out products that are tested, we have them here, and we have them also on YouTube. I might have to put the icons right here for Facebook and Twitter on there, because I haven't got any of that done at all, period. This is something, where is it at? Did I get rid of that? Ah, no, I did get rid of it. All right, let me see if I can find it again. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Let me see. 3D screensaver pawn. And it didn't listen to anything I just said. Literally nothing that I just said. Oh, it did. It spelled pawn different wrong way. Let's see, P-O-N-D. Something I was looking for on here. Let's see. Can't think of the name of it. Mine's somewhere else right now. Black Series. It wasn't even Black Series technology, because Black Series didn't even exist. I was just curious to see if it'll bring it up. Where is it? We made a liquid screen. I literally forgot about this thing. Literally forgot about this liquid screen we designed. And they make a liquid projection screen. It runs off steam. You know, if you take steam off your tea kettle, wherever you get it from at the end of the day, and you take a mini projector, image pulls up on steam. Yep. So they had these screens that are actually called steam projection screens. I look up everything. I mean, literally everything that involving, because I'm always looking for something to go outside the box. Projecting on a wall every day, it gets boring. I'm always looking for something different. Oh man, I can't think of that. I had it right there. 3D pawn liquid projection screen. Bring my liquid screen up, because I'm going to further my research on that one. That's one of them we did, but that's different. That's an actual screen submerged in water, so that wouldn't be the same thing. What would it have been under at that time? Pawn liquid projection screen. Yes. Already had it and got rid of it. Oh, that's the massive 200-inch screen painted in their room. Yeah, that was something interesting to do. 235.1s customized builds. Wow, I forgot about that screen. That was a pretty crazy screen. That was a 235.1 built with built-in speakers. It was all built-in speakers. I custom built this screen. That's when I first started getting into 235.1. When I found out the D-Sonics have 235.1 settings in them.
Blackout call, the frame, the projector, the whole 9 yards, and this projector's empty.
I built a lot of crazy stuff. Wow. 3D invisible aluminum metal. This is 8 years ago. This is when I was tampering around with invisible technology and aluminum. This is 8 years ago. This is stuff I was just designing for the sake of just design. This stuff I never did anything with it. The only problem is when you're doing aluminum screens, it's the fact that it basically reflects right back. So you do hot spot from time to time. But now with the technology we got now, we can actually eliminate that with no problem whatsoever. I'm just some stuff I got to go back into dabbling back into. Just haven't had time. 235.1. I was obsessed with 235.1 setups. And you realize later on you can't run anything off them except for 235 because nothing else is going to run off them, period. Can't do 16.9, 16.10. 3D pond, 3D fish pond. Fish pond. I'm never going to find that video again. I'm going to have to go through tons and tons of archives to find that thing. We found it by accident. It was an actual liquid screen. I don't even know. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. We had it here. And I'm rambling, but yeah. I'm never going to find it. I'm going to have to go through the archives to find it. I don't want to go through the archives. It takes forever to go through the archives. Can't pull the thing either way. Oh, it's going to post it. All right. Let me see. This technology is pretty easy. This is when we're working on screens that can be submerged underwater, but now we're beyond that. We have a blue, well, I can't talk about that either. That's out the window. Anyway, so we done 3D mapping underwater. On 15 lumens, you can 3D map on 50 lumens. You can literally 3D map on 50 lumen projector. They say you need 1080p, but yeah, you don't need a 1080p projector. Projector. Let's try projector. I knew, something told me I knew I should put it up. I should have basically saved the page or something. That's gonna be a pain in the neck to find. I'm not going through 8,000 videos to find a freaking liquid screen. 3D liquid screen, fish pond. 3D koi fish screensaver liquid screen. For those of you that are wondering about doing the liquid screen display on the floor, this is where we get them from. First of all, that's virtually impossible. I love when people post stuff and don't really understand how things actually physically work in life. There is no way in the world you're going to be that deep in the ocean to see something that, well, there are big things in the ocean, but do you have any idea how many depths or the meter? Okay, let me show you something real quick. That's virtually impossible. So there's this fish, if you ever seen them, they have these kind of like this glow in the front. I don't know the name of it, but they're like, okay, Titanic was something like 12 meters. I think these things are somewhere between 10 It could be around 10 meters. There is no way in the world anybody with scuba diving equipment would ever go down that deep and survive. It'd be virtually impossible. Let me see. Yeah, because I know you see that little beacon, that little light in the front of it right there. There's a fish literally. I can't think of the name of it. Y'all probably know what it is, but it has a little beacon light in the front of it. They're like really, really super deep down in the ocean. And I love when people post stuff like that. There's no way in the world he would survive with scuba gear. He would basically implode. He'd be crushed. There's no way in the world. It'd be virtually impossible. Yeah, you're gonna bump into something like that down there, like that. Yeah, you first of all, you couldn't survive being down there to begin with. It's virtually impossible. No, I'm curious. Now it's stuck in my head. I gotta figure out what that was. What kind of fish that is. Let's see. Fish with illuminating light. That definitely would be it. There it is. That would definitely be right there. What is this thing called? Let me see what you call an anglerfish. Anglerfish. Am I saying that right? Anglerfish. That'd be an anglerfish. Let me see. Anglerfish. There we go. That's what the guy was showing off with a little light in the front. Come get out of here, brother. Nonsense, what? Anglerfish is a creepy fish, boy, I'm telling you. Anglerfish. Let me see. This is how research starts with me in the day. Peace. Anglerfish. Anglerfish light. Oh, you can get the light. I wouldn't do anything that creepy in my house anybody to begin with. So anglerfish. How deep? These things get to be 7 feet long. You want something that, of course, what we saw in the image is not 7 feet long, but this is freaking a nasty looking fish. 7 feet long? I never even knew they were 7 feet long. That's jacked up. That's a big fish. That's a really big fish. All right, I was way off. This is why it pays to do research. All right, so wait, someone saw one at 1,474 meters in depth. So how deep do these things actually go at the end of the day? Let me see how deep. Deep in the ocean. In the ocean. That's 1,600. Yeah, 1,600. You would see this. It would pop up. You could travel that. There's no way in the world that thing's that big. But they showed it in the picture. This thing's like only 7 feet. That's way bigger than 7 feet. That's interesting. Was it Finding Nemo or whatever? You saw the glowing light going back and forth, and thing popped up out of nowhere. Use that to lure fish in so they can eat them. That thing is 7 feet long? Gee whiz. That's a nasty fish to be 7 feet long. Don't get too close. Of course don't get too close. Can you imagine bumping into that in the water? That can be 7 feet long. Gee whiz, look at the row of teeth on that thing. Ooh, man, this is why I don't go in the ocean. Not ever. I was just curious because that's on there. This is literally leads to me doing a lot of research most of the time because I'll see something and then you look up on it and then find something else and look up on that and find something on that. You know, I'll be forever on here just looking up and researching stuff. But that was pretty cool though. Yeah, because I'm looking at this like there is no way in the world that thing is 7 feet. That's all. That's somebody just doing too much at the end of the day. Alright, so I'm going to figure out exactly where I lost that because I need that. This is the cool fish. liquid test projection screen. Yes, I found it. Yeah. Gotta start labeling this stuff, man.
Okay, I thought I'd share something.
Oh, we making this stuff. Yeah, we got that Element 77 coming out. We're gonna design this stuff right here. This is gonna be for 3D mapping applications. Is that crazy or what? It's going for 3D mapping applications. When we get done with this stuff, it's going to be sick. $50 lumen projector. 200 lumens. Sorry about that. 200 lumens. This was done with a Fire Stick. We're going to do those one with 3D mapping. It was much easier. Because with 3D mapping, we can actually punch images up. Because what this stuff is designed to do, if you actually put this stuff into like a tank, imagine a constant moving screen. So we can project fish into a tank. Like the other screen had an actual screen submerged into the water. This one is actually the screen itself. So basically, we could go in and we could actually punch images into this tank, and that tank itself, that liquid is actually a physical screen. That's what I was working on, but I got sidetracked and kind of forgot about it. I'm going right back to this, because this is something I can definitely utilize. We could pump this screen into a tank. Can you imagine, like if you have expensive, it is upkeep an aquarium, especially if you have something with a coral reef. That's very expensive. You have to have somebody come, a professional scuba diver, go down there and do the maintenance and the work and the cleaning and all that. It's extremely expensive. But imagine if we could take this up, pump it into a tank, and then boom, put an image right through it, through the back of it, and you can put anything we want. We can put mermaids in there, we can put krakens in there, we can put the city of Atlantis, anything we want. Now the stuff we have now, Element 77, combined with this, woo! Yeah, we can go to town with this. We can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. I gotta get this on the page. I'm definitely gonna be making this again. Look at it. You can see the countertop. See right here? You can see the countertop. This is my countertop. You can see the countertop. That stuff is clean. I mean, very clean. It's beautiful. This is why I don't try to be, when people get mad at me and say, oh, you're being, no, when I explain to naysayers, you don't think on my level. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but they keep putting me in their category. No, I'm not like you. On no level am I like you in any way whatsoever. I look at a ceiling, I see a screen. I see screens all day long. I'll just see something like, we can convert this to a screen. We can design this. I just see all kinds of information just flowing through my head. We do not think on the same level. We just don't. I can't, right now, we're doing projection on a wall. I've done it so many times. I now want to see the image literally physically come to life. I want something where you can actually walk around this thing, 360-degree scroll, and this thing just moves around with you. That's a level more. That's why I invested in projector mapping applications, because I saw what we could do with that, you know, just not on the same level you guys are on. I'm past all that. I've done so many flat applications, it's not even funny. I'm going back into this. I'm gonna start researching this some more. At the end of the day, you don't want to crack books. You got to do this kind of stuff. It requires a lot of thinking, a lot of time, a lot of cracking books. You have to literally work to make stuff like this. Can't make this up overnight. Heck, Benjamin Franklin didn't just come up there and say, hey, guess what? I made light. Then people wouldn't have gone for that back then, and they shouldn't go for it now. You had to back up everything. You had to be a man of your word back then.
All those inventors had to back up everything that they ever developed. You can't just come into a room and say, hey, we have such and so. Oh, you got to prove this theory. We have to see this. Now today, people just make stuff up. They don't put no research, no time, no work into it, nothing. Just make blah, 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 throw it up there on the internet. Anyone will believe it. That's why we have so many video demonstrations, because you have to be to prove this stuff actually works. Convincing people that you could take a paint and paint it on your wall. Think about it. Paint it on your wall, and this thing is going to be ambient light rejection. It's going to have color enhancement. You can do this and do that. You have to back all that up. As I told you before, all screen paints, all of them are acrylic products. Every last one of them. Every single one of them that come from over a counter. They're all acrylic. But what makes your product different from everybody else's? You have to be able to prove that. So you have to do tests called black versus black. That's why we designed those tests. We made the test called black versus black. You have to do gray versus gray. You have to do all those tests so you can show you're different. Come on now, we've heard it a dozen times. You go to a party and somebody makes something, you're like, I've made this dozens of times. How come mine doesn't taste this way? It's the same brand. I buy it at the same supermarket, but yours tastes different. Because they put something in it different, something special that makes it different than what it tastes like in the store. You can buy the same Dunkin' Hines mix as everybody else buys. For some reason, Betty's tastes better than everybody else's. Hers tastes top notch, off the chain, never had anything like this. Like, what did you do to this to make it taste this good? What in the world did you put into this? Oh, it's a family secret. Betty's on her way to basically becoming rich because Betty figured out something that the makers of that product didn't figure out. Just like when we work with acrylic paints, we figured out something that we could do to an acrylic paint that no other company figured out already. That's not acrylic, by the way. That's something else, something that's completely weird. But anyway, yeah. But so if anyone says that they make it from scratch, no, you can't make that from scratch. You know what kind of crap you got to go through to make a chemical from scratch? Any kind of chemical, even toothpaste, at the end of the day, has freaking, it's insane. You ever watch how you make this stuff? It's crazy. They got the versions on how you make it, and then they have the versions on how you make it. You would need, like, in order to make paint, or any kind of paint, you would have to have some real serious laboratory equipment, chemicals to begin with. You would have to have zoning permits. There's a whole lot of stuff you would have to go through. There's no way in the world you could ever make it on that property, because then again, you have environmentalists all over the place because you're working with an extremely hazardous chemical in an environment where basically you have living plants and animals. There is no way in the world that's going to fly. If you right now, if I wanted to get a warehouse, do you know I can't just go into any warehouse because I deal with the chemical? I can't, even if it's water-based, I can't walk into any warehouse and say I would still working here. No, I have to have a certain zone and requirement saying I'm working with this chemical, what it is, so and so and so, and they have to put me in some category class on what warehouse I can work on for industrial chemicals, whatever. That's what they'll stick me in. Can't just do. Yeah, it's no, there's no way in the world to make it from scratch. That's virtually impossible. All products come from over the counter. It's just what they do to it that makes it different. And you have to be to prove that. What makes yours different? And that's why Betty at the barbecue or bake off or whatever she's at, and everybody's sitting there enjoying the cake and going, wow, this is the same thing I buy. It's the same Dunkin' Hines mix. Why does yours taste so different? What did you do to it? See, stuff like that. All right, I'm gonna grab this and put this somewhere on my website. And that's basically about it. So the gamer paint, but is, we don't have a date when it's gonna be available yet, but it's probably gonna be somewhere around next week. Excuse me. It's gonna come with free worldwide shipping. You don't have to have an expensive projector. If you don't want to have one, you don't need to have one, because we use 720p's over here. And you have to cost you a lot of money at the end of the day. You have to be stuck in dark environments. You can reach that 100% black level, which we all crave and want at the end of the day, especially when it comes to gaming. And you're gonna have beautiful and vivid colors, gorgeous colors, which is very important for gaming. We all know that. All right, well, I'm gonna be doing some more gaming demonstrations. And thank goodness I didn't paint over the screen on this side. So we're gonna be showing off some more demonstrations on that tomorrow, or I don't know. Maybe, no, I can't do it Monday, on the 5th, because I have to be somewhere on the 5th.
but we'll do some more demonstrations off of it. It's going to come in 32 ounces and the painted screen size up to 150 inches, 1610. So that's good for those of you who have projectors. Oh, please, and I can't express this enough. This will not support Valva. It's not going to support the Valva. It's not going to support the Max. You have to have a name brand projector for it to run. We do have a screen paint for that. It's just that this stuff is different. All right, people, with that being said, thank you for your time. Got to go, and God bless.